Hello my friends and viewers, and welcome back here to Gabriela Stardust, reporting from my little home here, and just a different area like you can tell. And first of all, I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope everyone is healthy and everybody is doing well at this time. Why I'm on here today is actually pretty easy, and it really did not need too much explanation. The reason why I'm on here today is actually our weather situation. Right now it is very warm and comfy and cozy here, and by 73, 74 degree in my house, and I need to keep it a little warmer because of my little doggies, and also of one of my family member who is a little bit older, and he needs it a little bit warmer. But anyhow, I don't know for how long we do have electricity. That could change actually every minute when we have a power grid outage, which are already happening in some other states here in the United States. I was watching the Weather Channel today, and today it is already, very icy cold outside here in the Braunfels. It's about 23 degree, and it will go down by 7 degree tonight, and even more lowering, and it feels like much cooler with a 15 to 20, sometimes a little bit more degree of the wind chill, when the wind blows very cold and very strong. You have a feeling it is much colder, and then it feels like it's already way below zero. The other thing is, I still see some people, driving around here, even if we have, the winter warning, and also some streets are being blocked out. We had a lot of accidents, and people obviously seems like they don't know how to drive anymore. I do understand that when you are in the area where the weather conditions not really actually forcing you, to have special tires, or to put some equipment around your tire, so that when the streets start being icy, that you actually stay where you are, that the tires rotation is not going on an icy street to any other areas. And there was this lady, it was kind of funny, on the Weather Channel, and she was asked what she would suggest within those days where we have icy streets, and the driving condition, and what you should do as a driver. So she said, she gave some tips, watching the speed, not going over certain speed limit. And I would not say speed limit is a good thing. On the highway we have 65, 70 speed limit, sometimes even over 80, and with this kind of conditions you cannot go with a speed limit. You have to stay way below the speed limit. And I would say, when you can go on with 40 or 30 miles, it sounds maybe very ridiculous to some people when they are having to go from A to B and they have to arrive to certain times. But it is your life and also the life of other people, what you put in danger when you do speeding. When you have a truck, when you drive a semi-trailer, and the semi-trailer is full loaded, it's not only 28,000 pounds or 26,000 pounds what is on this truck. When your tires start slipping, and this pressure, when you cannot get it back into the line, the pressure from the load and your trailers, they're increasing, and then they're pushing, and then they're pushing you. You cannot stop them anymore. And that's why we see a lot of semi-trailers actually struggling and have an accident, and if you are in your SUV, in your pickup truck or a smaller car, and you're close to them, and you see them coming from the back in your back mirror, the only thing what you should actually do and think of is driving to the side, to a safety area, very careful, and see, that the truck actually can pass. If the truck is in front of you, you just have to pay attention. But I'm not here to tell you how to drive or what to do or what not to do. I'm just here, to give you some simple advices or some simple little tricks. This lady actually, after she said, about the speed limit and driving careful and have, if you cannot go because you're stuck on the street, turn off the engine for a little bit. When it starts getting cold again inside, turn the engine back on. Is actually a good idea, but it's a bad idea if you have already a bad battery in your car. And the cold is even, discharging our batteries much faster as under normal circumstances. So when you have a bad battery and you turn it off in the middle of a highway because you cannot go to somewhere, then it could be that, the car or whatever you have and drive is not starting anymore. It's dead. So only when you have a good battery, it makes sense to turn it off, leave it off, turn it back on when it gets, time that you can forward, that you can drive, there's some more movement on the street where you are stuck up on the highway. Then it makes sense, but not with an old battery, because you might be stuck there and you have to push your car or whatever it is to the side to get it off the street. The other thing is, even if you start sliding and you see that your truck tires or car tires have no grip to the ground because it is icy, it is always good to hold your steering wheel very, very tight. And when the truck or car or whatever you drive goes to the left side and is, sliding to the left side, you have to steer your steering wheel exactly to the opposite side. And you have to do it a couple of times very slowly to make sure, your vehicle is going back into a straight line. This is what we learned, or what I learned with other people, when I was doing my truck driver license a couple of years ago. And in Germany, when you make your driver's license, you got trained actually on those things, especially for younger people. They've never been in the situation, they don't know how to handle the situation, they get nervous and they're steering, wheeling back and forth, makes it even worse, and then they're crashing in somebody else's vehicle. So that can be very, very dangerous. Yeah, my friends, I think, with everything what's going on with our weather and, with everything around Earth, the solar vortex, the pole shift, which is doing and shifting at this point, and you can tell that it is shifting. And some scientists and physicists, they said that the pole shifting is going about northeast. That means it seems like the North Pole is shifting more to the Canadian, to the area, Russia, Russian area, this direction. But I don't believe in this theory, and I always, since I have done the first video clips and I was talking about pole shifting and the Nemesis system and planetary objects, close to our sun and clustering our suns, I always said I have the belief that our Earth, that the pole shifting, first of all, that our Earth's speed is speeding up, because it has something to do with the time. You might remember several weeks ago. I was talking about it. Looks like, our time is cut it shorter. And I believe that our Earth, that the North Pole and the South Pole, that the upper part is shifting to the southwest more. That would make sense actually if you look up around, about the airstream, that the airstream is already way below the equatorial area, and it get pushed lower and lower and lower, and what areas you see where actually the jet stream, get pushed down, because everything have to do with magnetic interference and also gravitational, interference. So I think with the fact that our magnetosphere get ripped open and be pushed to a certain point, that all this works together as a chain reaction. So if you guys never know how it is living in the cold and actually experiencing, this kind of weather and cold, then here you get the first taste of a mini ice age, which we see here in those current days and also in the next couple of days. Specifically here in the more southern part of Texas, where we live, and where the people have not experienced that. And that point that it looks like the snow and the cold is all the way pushing down to the Texas Panhandle, and then it is moving over to the east, more to the east. So all these other southern states, they will get some more of these cold as well. And it will be surprising for many people, and they try to keep their home actually warm and keep a good temperature in your house, but to not overload our power grids when a lot of people have to stay home and they try to heat up their house and all kind of stuff. Try to reduce your power usage. And I think, when you have your house on a temperature about, let me say 70 or 72, it depends, on your needs. Don't overdo it, because, as much more power we are using, as much more, we are facing actually overload on our power stations. And then, without any power, when it is getting too cold and you sit at home, or the night hours are, approaching and coming, and it gets, below 70 and 68 and 65, and it's lowering down, it will be very, very cool. The other thing is also that you have to make sure, you put a little bit water to the side, that you have enough water, to cleaning your toilet. Put water in it with a bucket, to make it not smell bad if you want to flush it. You always can flush it, but that the water is coming in is not there. So you have to have maybe your bathtub, you have to fill it up with water. The same, for every other thing what you use. If you want to use it for your water filter, you have to have water. When there's nothing coming out of the sink anymore, out of your faucet, then, you cannot cook coffee, not tea, nothing. So, if you have not enough water bottles you want to use for certain things besides drinking, then, you have a problem here. So I was thinking about all those things, I was open up already all our faucets to let them drip, 3 drops per second. That's what I heard. So I'm going with that, maybe a little faster. And, having water for my animals, for my dogs. so they have something to drink for the next days. And also having your, think about all the stuff what you have in your refrigerator. When the power goes out, when it is cool, it stays maybe for 2 days cold in there, maybe 3 days, it depending. But all this can go bad during those days. If you have something you really want to keep cold, just put it outside on your patio, cover it up, or put it in a plastic container, and then you keep your stuff what needs to be frozen, you keep it frozen, just put it outside. For us it is okay because we are here on the second floor or the third floor, and if I put something outside, there's nothing would take it away. If you live more on the ground floor, then you have to make sure nobody take your stuff away from the patio or wherever you want to put it. But I think in those days people are rarely out walking around, but you never know, you never know what's in people's mind. Yeah, so what was the other thing? For sure, there's nothing for me to film and record right now around our sun because there's no sun out. And my last video clips, and I have one more little video clip. I will bring this one out, and you have to stop it. You have to stop and go and stop and go, and then you have to focus on the sun area. When you focus on the sun area, you see those objects. You see those planetary objects. They're close to our sun, they're clustering our sun, they are around our sun, and you also can tell, where the big ones are. Even if, we're not able to see them with your naked eye. But some of the lenses and some of the equipment what we use, they're showing us more than our eyes actually can capture. What else was it? What else was it I want to tell you, my friends? Yes, they're talking about at the military news. They're talking about that right now Australia and French and United States, they are in the Indian Ocean, I believe it was, and exercising their military drill. Russia have his worst enemy of every country, I would say, his high-tech submarine somewhere in the waters. And they are having plans together with Iran and also with China, which do not surprise me because these are communistic countries, and for sure they're bundling up with people. They are on the same track, I would say. At this time I just hope it is not escalating, and that we are able here in the United States, as well as people in Europe and other countries of our allies, that they have enough medication, antibiotics and insulin and things like that, where actually United States and other countries actually we were pending on these countries. We've been pending on China to 97% to get our pharmacy, from them because of cheap manufacturing and, paying their people cheap. I think that's all so far, if I do not have forgotten anything. An increase in UFO activities and UFO sightings. I do not know if you guys are a friend of ancient aliens and other little series which going in those direction. But those last couple of series I have seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they were actually very interesting, and it actually tell also the people that the government actually have evidence of unidentified flying objects and objects from other living beings from elsewhere in our universe. So the evidence is there, but no one is giving the evidence out. The other thing, what is also where we have to keep an eye on, is the area where we had the last 2 days or 3 days 7.8 and 7.9, 7.6 on a scale of earthquake activities in the same areas, and also the caldera area and the Andreas fault line has some more activities as same as Yellowstone area, Wyoming. We are missing out on a lot of data here, and it's not surprising too. Missing data because they don't want to show us what is really going on, because they don't want to scare the people or wake the people or let the people know what is coming our way. I don't know, the Stromboli volcano, in Italy, Sicilia, is waking up, and also some other big volcanoes actually in some other very well-known areas. And it looks like, they are waking up. I'm not so sure, was it the Mount Everest actually who have lost the tip of their of the mountain, which was sliding down and killed actually over 30 people. I'm not so sure about it, but I think it was the Mount Everest. But I could be mistaken, but one of these big, huge mountains, they have lost the ice tip, and it was just sliding down, and surprised many people, and also a little town, like an avalanche. It came down, and those people were surprised, and they lost many people lost their lives. Yeah, my friends, I don't know. We try to keep, I hope everybody have some preparedness, have prepared some things if the power go out, that you still, can charge, your telephone, so that you can be connected with your family, just in case, we never know what's happening. I hope you have a lot of water, like I said. Do it right now. Get water in the bathtub, in the sinks, wherever you want to put your water. Fill it up, just in case, electricity or wherever you are right now is blowing out. And then, you have no access to anything. I hope you have enough candles, little tea lights. If you still have to go and you're not in a very snow area right now, that you still can go out and get those supplies, I would recommend you to do that. Very careful, before tonight. Home Depot and Loft, they always have a lot of supplies there. They're not running out that fast, or also Sam's Clubs and Walmart, maybe, but Walmart, you have a lot of people, they're going to Walmart. So I think, maybe tea lights, candles, they will be gone, very, very soon. Toilet paper? Yeah, don't buy toilet paper like crazy. Just buy enough toilet paper, my friends, that you can, keep over the next couple of days, or, at least a week or 2 weeks. So don't buy like crazy those items. Make sure you have enough stuff in your house that you do not, or when you cannot cook. If you have a gas stove in your house, butane gas stove, or whatever, what people are using, then use that, but use it very careful. Don't leave it alone in your kitchen or wherever you place it to do some little cooking and heat, water up. If you don't have those supplies, then yeah, you have to deal, with just cold sandwich. Have enough, cheese and whatever you like, to put on. I mean, peanut butter is always good with some jelly, or if you have fruits in the house, peanut butter and banana on top. They're actually pretty good and they give you a lot of energy. And yeah, those kind of meals, you can fix for your family, for your children. And if the electricity still persists and you're not in those areas where it can go out, then just be careful with your family. Watch out for people that are out there. Maybe some try to come into our areas where we live because they have no home, and maybe they try to find a warm corner where they can actually sit and stay. If you can help them with some warm blankets, maybe, if you have jackets over and they have not that much to put over them, just try to help other people out. So we do not have to have, fatalities during those colder days. And for everyone who have also animals, dogs and cats, please leave your dogs outside, even if it is an outside dog. Those dogs will not survive. It is so cruel and so wrong. If you would leave your animals out, you have to keep them in one of your places in your house, in the area, maybe in a kettle or whatever you have for them. Or even they can sleep in your bathroom or wherever you want to put them. But just don't leave them outside. They will die. It is way too cold. And I have seen it today when I went out with my doggies. And the grass was already frozen, and they had actually problems by walking because their paws are warm and a little bit wet. And then when they step on the ice, the ice stuck on their little paws and it can hurt them. So let them out, pee. If you do not have those doggy pee pets, in your house, and they are trained to go there, then just go out with them really shortly, keep them on a leash, that they do not run away when they're scared or whatever. Let them do their business right there, where you are, and then you can clean it out, throw it away, and then you go back up with your dogs and they will be fine. But don't leave animals outside in the cold. With that said, my friends, I hope, you've been looking at my video clip and listening a little bit and, share some of those things I just told you. There was also one more thing I need to tell you. If you have rubbing alcohol and you have to drive with your truck and you have to have your windshield wipers going and the fluid in the windshield wiper box or a container can freeze. So what you can do is you can put 1 cup of rubbing alcohol in your windshield wiper fluid container, and also 1 tablespoon of salt. It mix it. Maybe you can mix it together already with the alcohol before you drop it actually in the container. And when your windshield is frozen and have those little ice crystals on it, and put also a little bit alcohol on the front where the water is actually coming out. Sometimes it froze up too. And then you make sure this water is not freezing. You still can use it, and you can clean with the windshield wiper actually your windshields. So that's also, my friends, what I can tell you right now. I hope you all stay safe and healthy, and hopefully I see you back soon somewhere. Take care of you, my friends, and I love you, and see you to another day, to another time, and stay healthy, my friends. Stay healthy. I will make another clip in the next couple of days, and I will read to you some very disturbing report I received about not the vaccine, but also about the COVID swabs, of what they are made of and what you have to be aware of. I hope you have not used those swab yet. And I did put warning out already over 8 months about those swabs. But now I have the confirmation on that. So I see you all. I love you all. Stay safe, my friends, and see you back hopefully healthy and happy. And you all enjoy the rest of Happy Valentine's Day. Bye bye. Love you.